Alright, what's going on YouTube? We've come back with our third installment and kind of third part of our first episode, but the third installment of our series on how to make a first-person shooter game in Unreal. Now, in this episode, I'd like to touch back on a little bit more animation stuff, maybe hopefully clean some of that up. I still haven't gotten the off time to clean up the jitteriness that we get when we move our camera around or walk to our left or to our right. Um, Seems to be gone. Nope, totally back. Um, when if we look around while we're standing still, it's fine. If we look around while we are moving, it's not. And then if we just like I don't even have my hand on my mouse. And if we just go left to right, it's horrible. So the animation's playing just fine. I think our camera's just whizzing out. And we can check that by yeah, I think our camera's just whizzing out. So blah blah blah. This is irritating. Um, we'll work on zooming today. If you want to skip this, you can look back in my tutorial that I did. Gosh, how long ago did I do that? You can look back on my tutorial that I did 2 months ago, I think. It's not too long ago because I hadn't uploaded anything between about 5 YouTube videos ago or something. I don't know, 3 or 4. I don't know. But so here's where it gets tricky, and I may cut some of this out. But here's where it totally gets tricky. We have to create. Gonna have to create 2 meshes. So really, we don't even have to create 2 meshes. We just have to create 2 static meshes. So we don't even have to do like a cube or a sphere or anything. If you just do 2 static meshes, like that's perfect. You can do a cube or sphere. Just make sure it's not visible in game. So it's not gonna. We don't want it cached in shadow. We want it hidden in the game, and it's just gonna look like it's just selected on something. It's not even gonna. There's no model there. It just looks like they're like, oh, there's that little blue sphere there. Nah, no, no. All right, so we're gonna keep. We're gonna 0. Hold on, 0. Control all. Maybe if I had numlock on, that would help. 0, 0, 0, 0. So now that we've got it to our parented to our mesh facing 0, we're gonna actually add one more mesh. 2 more meshes, my bad. So we're going to just duplicate these, Control W twice, and one of them you're going to name FPS, and the other you're going to name ADS, and we could even do a third, and I'm going to. TPS for third person. So these are all going to be locations that we're going to snap the camera to. So we're going to want to center these, and then this one we're just going to name rifle. And we need that to be skeletal mesh because our rifle's technically a skeletal mesh. It's early in the morning. If I mess up kind of, or sound not completely awake, which, I don't know. So we're just gonna snap it. We're not even gonna mess with the rotation. I always zero it out because it's still a little off. See? Perfect the way it is. Perfect. Like, that is the way we want it. That is the perfect way that we want it. But, yeah, about that, it's not exactly where we want it. So we're gonna just snap it right to the right hand socket, and all our work's done for us because we already set that up, remember? But we're like, why are you adding a gun in there? That's not even the blueprint. We're spawning with it when we spawn in. You're right, we are. This is just a reference for if we're doing anything to our character, we need to remember, hey, it's not just the hand sticking out here. There is a gun mesh on him, and we need to remember this. And so when we take that in consideration, it just helps. Personally, for me, definitely helps to just have an actual visual reference. Not necessarily anything that we're going to see in the game, that's why you check hidden in-game off. Not anything that you're going to see in the game, or need any specific collision or anything for. You just need it visually there. And so now that we have it visually there, not doing anything, we're going to take uh, our our FPS, and we're gonna parent it. We're gonna keep it to our We're also gonna parent our ADS to our rifle. Um, no, we're not. What am I thinking? No, we're not. We could, but nah, nah. Because we want it to stick with the whatchamacallit. So this doesn't need to be a camera because we're just gonna transform the camera or snap it to the location that we have. So we're going to set relative location. You would think transform because transform is, but we want relative. Set relative location for the camera, and I don't need that. And then we're gonna duplicate this, and then both of them, of course, the target's gonna be the camera, but we need we need to translate it to our new location. So we need to get a relative location. Yeah, we're just gonna teleport right there. Teleport. But I don't want to teleport. That was anyone from my school who's in my 5th hour Miss Waite's class. That's a reference if you were there that day. But I don't want to teleport. It wasn't her. No, it was some crazy woman. So we're going to get relative location, and this is going to be our false. So we're going to get the relative location of our FPS. Really? Gonna get the relative location. See, it wanted to change the node, and I didn't know it could do that. I think that's a new 1.9 thing. And then we're going to we're going to get ADS, and we're going to, actually, will it just automatically? No. We still have to get relative location, and drag that back into an orderly fashion. Somewhat. Excuse me. The burps, the morning burps. Burps, mini burps, much wow in the morning yeah, that's about all I have to say. So that's all we're gonna need there. Just the most tricky part that I found is that, like, where you put it physically here, like our TP. quit parenting to that. I know you want to because that's where we technically are gonna put it. Um, our TPS, or any of or the TPS is gonna be the easiest, and the FPS. But for some reason, the aim down sights just isn't physically where it is shown to be in the world, I guess. So if it looks like it's, right in front of the scope, then it's like somewhere off over here. Not like all the way back here, but like off over here to the side. And I'm kind of like flipping out over this. I'm like, okay, why? Like, why is it doing this? And because I mean seriously, the transform of the camera is like right at the front. So it's not at like some weird angle here or back here. It's like right here at the front. So if I put it right in front of the scope, in theory, it should take that little dot and transform it right in front of the scope. No, it wants to take it all the way out here. Just don't ask me. Or like right here, it'll do this. Like it'll have this camera position was what I'm trying to say. It'll have this camera position. Or like a weird camera position like this. And I can barely see my muzzle. I know I'm way off. Or it'll be like this. Or just, it's like really weird. I've even had it where it's literally like this. Like it's completely 180'd. I'm like, well, that's not right. That was an easier fix, true. But seriously, like, just ain't right. So we're going to parent this to the head. We're going to parent this to our right hand socket. We're going to parent this to our head as well. Just scroll down, find that bone. Oh man, I could make so many references. Oh gosh. Oh mercy. Mercy, mercy. We don't want collision on. We don't want gravity. I didn't mean to do caps lock. We don't want that. We don't want gravity. Please tell me that's hidden in game, right? Game. Yes, game. It's hidden in game. Okay. Now the yawns are back. Alright. And I just woke up. I actually slept in compared to my normal waking up. Yeah, if you guys remember, I said the clip was actually there. There's the clip. There is actually a there's a bone right here called ammo clip or whatever. But oh, if that actually detaches, I'm a flip out. I'm gonna flip out if that actually detaches, because I think we can make that actually detach with the animation. Yep, if we made an animation for the rifle, we could make that detach once in synchronization with our reload. Oh, we could totally do that. Just let me double check here real quick. If it wrong folder. If that actually no, we need this. Because I have a super weird feeling. Yeah, so it has rifle mag, and I mean, seriously, please just detach. Oh my gosh, it does. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So yeah, we could totally make an animation having it. That'd be tricky though. I'll do that in a different video, but if you guys want that done, like just say, yeah, do the rifle reloading animation. Totally, I'll hook you guys up with that. I just don't know how soon it'll be. But yeah, so now back to this. So we're gonna have to get this back to, because this, remember, if we remember when we first set up our camera, it was actually back behind his head. So we're gonna just copy these transform values right into here, just like they are. And if you want, you could just have all of these be almost knocking over my trash can. You could just have these all be cameras, and it would be easier for the FPS. You could just dupe it, but I'm just not gonna. I don't know. I'm just not gonna, man. Because I don't wanna. Boom. And then we do need to copy the rotation. So, because the rotation is actually important. If you remember that weird thing that happened, that I was like, wait, what? So then this, now that it's attached to our head, we're gonna copy the rotation as well on this, because it's gonna just flip around our entire camera if we do not. So we need the same rotation. Look good? Camera has the same XYZ looking thing, transform. So does our third person. And so the third person you can drag out wherever you want. I'm just going to drag it straight out since the head's at an angle. It's going to do that. Then we can have it like that. If you want it kind of to the side, like this, you could maybe, and have a third person game like that. I know that, let's just hide this for a second, because it is kind of, hide please. Is there no right click on this thing? I don't even know. Alright, we're just gonna drag it back for a second. So, I mean, you could have it kind of like this. You can still kind of see your rifle. That's a good third person. I mean, or you could have it, like this, or like this. But that's kind of like this zooming in Drake, like Uncharted, or a lot of those third person, and this is the normal. Yeah, so you could do that, but I ain't gonna. So we're just gonna make that there, and I do. No, I'm just not gonna. Okay, and so we're just gonna real quick add an ability to go third person. So a lot of the games will do C or V. I'm gonna have C as an alternative for crouching. Control and C are gonna be my crouching, but I'm gonna have that as an alternative. So it's gonna be V. So on V pressed, we're going to actually, I want to replace. I'm gonna make this a camera actually. Excuse me. I'm going to make it a camera because it's just easier instead of doing that whole thing. Just activate camera, deactivate camera. So why is camera not in the common area? TPS C for camera, and then we're gonna copy all. Right? Is it parented correctly? Alright. Copy all the values. Remember, always do this, because if you don't do this, it's going, I'm copying the wrong values. If you don't do this, you could copy the wrong values and have a really weird camera going everywhere. Yeah, that would be bad. Okay, so see, it can get, I mean, this is game development, guys. It can get tedious. It can be super fast depending on what you're doing. If you're good with your Control C, Control V, then it's going to be really fast. If you're tedious with your Control C, Control V, it's going to be really slow. But generally, it's very slow paced and a lot of, how do I get this to work stuff. So then we'll just rename it back to TPS. And then on that, it's going to activate, deactivate, actually. We're gonna do that. No, what am I thinking? Dupe that. We're gonna have it deactivate our third person. And then it's going to deactivate our camera. And then it's going to, geez, we just have a big old comment section. Activate, dupe that, of course. Like I always like to do with his dupes and doopy-doopy-doopy-this. And then we're just gonna cross that. So, English this time. One more time in English, please, because we don't know what you're doing. Okay, fine, I'll do it in English. So, when we press V, it's going to deactivate our normal camera and activate our new third-person camera. When it is released, that should be a toggle, shouldn't it? Yeah, that should be a toggle. So actually, we're not gonna do that. We are going to copy that and paste that. We're gonna, because we want that, but that's going to be a toggle. So, um, we're gonna make this really fancy. It's gonna be like Star Wars. We're gonna make it a toggle. It's gonna be super fancy. So, drag that out. So we're going to create a new variable. Um, um, is in third, and this I've never done this before. This is just coming out of my head. Okay, so is in third, let's just say TPS mode. Okay, so then we're going to set that to true, right? And then we're going to do a branch to check if something is true or false. And we're going to check if it's in third person mode. So, branch, please, because I can't spell. So, condition. If we are in Git is in third person mode. So it's going to set third person mode true. So when it's pressed, if we are in third person mode, so we want it there. And then we're going to make that. Yes. So once again, one more time in much more plain English. I know it does a little crisscross. Actually, because it does that crisscross, I'm just going to do that. So this time in English, right? Right. So, actually, no, we're not going to set that there because that's just like, hey, we're always going to be in third person mode, no matter if we're in third person. No, 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 no. No! No, we don't want that. We want to immediately branch, and then if we are in third person mode, how does that work? Then, if we are not, if we're not in third person mode already and we're headed there, then we're going to set in third. You know what? I'm just gonna do that. So, geez, I have not woken up yet. We're not even gonna put a released on there because that's what our branch is gonna be. So it's gonna be a toggle. We can put it in like the settings if you want it toggled or press and held. If you want it press and held, then totally do that, bro. Okay, and you would just duplicate this true side portion of it, not the set, but you would just duplicate this, and of course the target for that, over to the released. But that would just be like a settings thing. Okay, so this time I'm gonna save just cause I'm an addict about that, and I haven't woken up and I'm like, oh, I didn't save. So yeah, when we do that, that's gonna work. So let's just test it out real quick. All right, that looks good. Toggled. It's and see now there's our zooming. That's really zooming. So not right clicking, not zooming, zooming, not zooming, zooming. Don't know why it's like that, but we can totally fix that. Bro, we can totally fix that. Don't you worry, child. Also, my up and down ain't looking or working. That would be blah, blah, blah. That would be because it's not using pawn control. That's a bit better. We'll have to move the camera up though. I think my character is colliding with the camera. We're gonna ignore that stuff. Ja. And here we're going to ignore that as well. Right on. Yep, still being really weird to me. But we got that. We'll fix that once again. Don't you worry, child. Yeah, because no, totally that works. You need to be parented to the head, please. Thank you. Sorry about that break there. Something happened. Yeah. Okay, so back to this. That's good. It's not going to zoom if we're zooming. We don't want it to inherit the control. We don't want it to inherit the control rotation. We want it to just follow. I don't know. We want it to. I don't know. We'll work on third person later. I'll work on it later because I don't completely remember. I just want to get done what I want to get done. Do you hear me? Thank you. Come again. So. Oh yeah, and did you see that? It's like the model. Excuse me. The model is stuck in our hand. How the heck does the camera not just let me slow this down here. So let's go in the real-time position of this. That's where it's at, right? No, that is where it's at. The camera should snap like this. Instead, we see something like this. What the heck? How? Like, I don't understand. The only reason we see that kind of little border is because of, well, duh, the camera. But, like, that doesn't make sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. So, it's got really, really weird transform values, and I think what works for me is if we go like that or something. Let's just check it out. I was close. I was close. So here's where you kind of mess with your values. If we go back that way, what does it do to us? It actually goes back. Or up. No, it actually goes up. So we need to go this way. That'll take us down. Oh, that takes us forward. So that actually is accurate. We are just not completely right on. So we need to be this way a little bit. This is actually going to be a bit easier than I thought. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, dang it. Okay, so... Why did it do that? I just... Dang you. What the crap? There. Okay. No, that's cool. That's better. That's where I wanted it to be. Hmm. So... Right? Right. So we're at the right level. We just need to be down more. Better, we just need to be down more. That's pretty spot on. Now, of course, it's still super jittery, and I'm working on that. Shut up. And of course, it's not like right in, but I mean that's like a good ADS. You will have to mess with that on your own time because like seriously, it is way too much for me to just mess with all that. That's good though. What we shoot here shows up the same there. So like, if we shoot it there, shows up the same. That's good. Our reload animation still works. Wait, let's watch that beauty again. Oh yeah, we need to attach that. Oh, that was beautiful. It's actually ironic because it doesn't show him actually putting a new clip back on. Maybe that animation won't completely work. Oh gosh, that shake is driving me crazy anyway. So we've got the aiming down just fine. Yay, that was awesome. Now we need to make it so that I can show you guys that we can't do that while we're reloading. That's not good. We don't want to be able to do that. So the way we just do that real quick is oh wait, let's see if the reload works in third person. No. Maybe we don't want it attached to the hip. Maybe let me just that's at least the real. And you know what? The animation shows up. I'm fine. I'll fix it later. I'll tell you guys what it did. So we're gonna move all of what we just did south a little bit. Oh, it's going south, guys. And we're going to say, oh, we should comment this. The insanely long process of reloading and all of that other crap. I didn't spell process right. Or insanely. Insanely long process. Insanely long process of reloading and all that other crap. Oh, I love it. Yes. Okay. So, um, so if we're reloading, we don't want to be able to. We're gonna use the same able to fire. So we're gonna branch press. Get able to fire. Okay, so if we're pressed, have that. And for false, we're going to have that, right? If we're able to fire, then we're going to be able to zoom as well. If we're not able to fire, then we're just gonna, yeah, set it back to there, right? And then, that should work properly. Try to right click that. So we can't. So we can reload while we're zooming. And then we can go back out, but we can't go back in until we're done. Okay, so that's good. If you want that changed. Okay, that shake is driving me crazy. So yeah, we'll work on that shake later because I don't know why, and I will have to see why. So, what is next? What's next, guys? Guys, come on, guys. Weapon function. Weapon functions. So like the jam and the fire mode. That's about it. So this is kind of just a unjamming process because you can set like the chance of it getting jammed. It's pretty cool. But I'm just not gonna work with that right now. Right now. So what do I want to do? So we're going to do. We're going to have to call for 1 hour animation. Yay! So with that, we're going to crouching, not crouching. Speed 10 plus crouching though. Right, plus crouching. Crouching. Yes. So we're going to get C, and then we're going to branch that off and promote to a variable. We'll just do it. Is crouching. So set right. Okay. So we're going to cast to bro dude can walk. So we're gonna get the same thing. We're gonna get that anim instance for our mesh, and if we had a blueprint for the rifle, we could do that, and that's how we could implement that. Excuse me. The reloading, but that's not completely gonna happen right now, hey? So, and then it's going to we just want this kind of hidden out of the way. And we're going to set crouching to true, and that target's going to be there. And then we're going to dupe that. Use that. Compile that. Right on. If you want to make like a cast failed, you could print a string and say, hey, we couldn't crouch. What's up? So yeah. Now. Oh, that's beautiful. We'll change that. We'll change that. But, we can crouch jump. Haha. We can't. Our crouch walk jump is like, our legs are normally out. But then the gun, like, goes back to, like, the... Yeah, we're gonna make a crouching blend space for... There is no, iron sights. There is no... Oh, there is? Well, then I think we're gonna make that. So we're going to open this up, and then we're going to, let's see, backward, 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 right, right, forward, forward. Okay, so, what's this one? Iron sights. So this one should be iron sights. So backward iron sights. Delete, 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 delete. So this is bro dude can crouch, right? Yeah. So hello. Nope. Backward. Iron sights, please. Yeah. Okay. So drag that there and there. Dang it. And there. And drag that there. Also drag it there. Here. 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 Not to mention here. Then we're going to delete here and here. And that's going to be left, so we need that one. That one's going to be right here, and right here. And then we're going to delete here and here. And add left here and here. Oh, and that's beautiful here. Right. So now our crouch walk should be... Excuse me. Oh man, that was almost a sneeze there. I don't like to sneeze on camera, even though I'm technically not on camera. My computer is, because my computer's better than me. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Crouch. Yep. Perfect. We're gonna make him go forward. Oh, yep. 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 I'm happy with what I'm seeing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's test that out, shall we? Let's just test it out. Gonna do that. Oh! Hold up. Since it's going to be perfect. I love that so much. So now we're gonna finally, you guys are like, when are we gonna actually make the camera follow? Well, guess what? About to do right now. We're going to transform, modify bone, and we're gonna duplicate that 2 more times. That way we've got 3 of them. We're gonna drag those up. We're gonna put it into the component, and then that's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there. No, it's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there. We'll organize it a little bit better here. See? And it works just fine. Nothing's happening. And we're just gonna compile that, and we'll get those warnings aren't gonna mess up. But we still can't look around. That's because we're gonna modify the rotations of the bone, and we already have this. Oh wait, no, we don't. Oh darn it, that's fine. Why to do that? We're going to create this a new variable called aim rotation. Why don't we add an int to that so it actually says rotation? And then we're going to make that a rotator. And so that's going to be a rotator that we're going to constantly change with each of our stuff. And props to, I forget the guy that I saw this YouTube video from, but this is genius what he did. I love it. This guy's really good with this coding. I was headed there. Like I got halfway there, but then it didn't work for me at this point, at the same point that it didn't work for him. So also we're gonna want to drag. We're gonna sequence this F1, and then we're gonna drag some stuff off there. I'll have to look back at what the stuff that we're gonna drag off is, but that doesn't matter because right now we don't want translation as a pin, we don't want scale as a pin, and we don't really want alpha as a pin. Same thing here. No scale, no translation. No scale, and no translation. So, from here, we're going to add to existing add and add. Multiple nodes selected. I'm surprised we can't edit all the same. Oh, we don't want that as a pin. We don't want that as a pin. Maybe we can edit them all now. Still can't. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So now that we're adding, we're going to modify 3 of his spine bones. And if we just look right here, here is 3 spine bones. We got spine 1, 2, 3. You could do this one, the pelvis, if you want, but I'm not going to. And why would you want to mess with the clavicles? Because that has nothing to do with the spine. So we're going to work it from spine 1 to 3. And we're going to have a consecutive, I wish I could show you, but it's going to have a consecutive bin. So instead of it just like locking oh, spine 1 went so far, we can't bend anymore, let's kick in spine 2. Oh, spine 2 went so far, it can't go anymore, let's kick in spine 3. No, that's not what it's going to do. It's going to say, hey, the camera's moving. Let's move all 3 spines just a bit in a consecutive rotation with the same values, so that way the back is bending very naturally with like a more natural curve that you might see in a human, instead of just and then that was very, robotic. You could do that because it's kind of a robot. But we don't want that. We don't want that because we're not making a robot. I mean, and that still would look even weird. Even robots in games are very human-esque. So that's what we're gonna want. So that's how we're just gonna implement it. We're just gonna do spine 1 and spine 2 and spine 3, preferably in that order. And that's all you have to do there. But then we want to actually implement that. So with that sequence, I'm going to have to be right back, and alrighty YouTube, what's up? I'm back, and we got what I wanted from this, and I just did it. Sorry, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I just did it because honestly, in all honesty, it was it's in another video from a guy that I do not take credit for this. This is not my work. I got about halfway. I got to the point of the bones and stuff, and I was super close. I was like, what I didn't have was like this part, like I didn't have like this. I had like some weird stuff myself. I forgot what I had, but I didn't have like the select flow. I didn't have like this part, and I was like super close. But like for the full on, hey, this thing's working, you know, props go to him. So don't be like, oh, dude, you're so good with this stuff. No, 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 no. I'm not that good, but I am good. So don't you say I'm not good at all. Okay, back to what I was saying. Um, so if you did not watch my other How to Make a AAA Game tutorial kind of thing, just an overview of everything instead of me going through step by step like I am here and more in depth, a bit more. In English this time, it's going to get our control rotation, which is our mouse. It's going to break up the rotation of our mouse, and it's going to edit it so that way, it's our what was happening is it wasn't going the right way if we were looking up or down or left or right. So now, or just up or down because left or right's handles for us with the thing. But we're gonna change that because I'll have to work on that. But we're definitely going to change it. Um, but yeah, so it fixed that problem and then it divided it by 3 bones. So pretty much just imagine all of this wasn't here and it all worked just fine. It took our pitch, divided it by 3, and that division by 3 would be those 3 bones that it's using, and it takes it to the roll because for some reason the pitch wasn't the pitch. The pitch was the roll, but you had to divide it by 3 so that way it would work in unison with those bones that we put in there, or those bone modifiers that we put in there. So that was weird. It was already compiled, and then I compiled it and said it wasn't compiled. It needed to be compiled again. Compile me? Yeah, I know you compile me. Anyways, so if we look, um, it looks much more beautiful. So we're just gonna not look around. We're gonna fire. We're gonna look down at our. Oh, we can't look down at our animation. Oops. We can look at our feet though, and our very, very irritatingly jittery camera that I am going to fix. I promise. But yeah. And best part is, I don't know why it does that first like kind of small thing, but yeah, this works now. We can excuse me, we can set it off to the other side if you want, but I think yeah, I think I'm gonna set it off to the other side just real quick because I like it better. I like it a little better like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna set it off to the right like that. That should be cool. That should be cool. This would be nice, but it just doesn't work, right? It just don't. Jeez. Maybe it is. I want to say that's not our camera because I can't tell. I mean that now, I mean the camera's doing it, but so is the that's really weird. I don't understand. But that's much better. Burst shots. And then I don't like that. Burst shots. I really don't like that. Okay, well, now that we got that stuff done, I'll work on what's wrong with the camera and the shaking. And then I'll come back with that. But that's all for this episode. I know it was a long episode, but we got a lot covered, and there's still a lot more to be done. So, this isn't going to be as short and sweet as you guys thought it would. Like, oh man, he's covering a lot in one episode. Yeah, but he can cover a lot more if you let him keep going. So I'm gonna. But this, if you guys ask for like personal lessons, I give personal lessons to some people locally. Um, If you ask for personal lessons, which of course are not going to be free, I will do way more stuff. Like I'm just doing third person or a first person kind of third person FPS because that's kind of easy. But like I could show you like racing, MMORPG, all that stuff. I'll let those other guys waste their time and do that for free on YouTube. I'm not necessarily gonna because YouTube's not paying me enough right now. Unless I get paid a lot from what I'm doing right now and I get a lot of views from this. If you guys donate to me on Patreon or whatever, if you guys, give me a lot of feedback or tell your friends and I get enough views to and I'll be like, hey, yeah, guys, I'm making enough money. Yeah, I'll do some more stuff, totally. But still, like, paid lessons, I'll still give like way more stuff, and it's more personal, of course, instead of just very me talking to a screen and an imaginary audience that isn't immediately here. So yeah, um, you know what? That text is irritating me. So what you talking, Willis? I probably spelled Willis wrong. What you talking about, Willis? Ain't no third person. What you talking about, Willis? This ain't no third person game. uh, I don't know how to. I don't know how to get it to work so that way it like. Never mind. I spend so much time doing weird stuff like this. I just wasted a lot of time in my video. Yeah, I totally just wasted a lot of time. Okay, well, now that all that time's done wasted, I'll see you guys in the next one.